Good morning. It's Monday morning today. I thought I would do a live, just a daily live actually, and changing a little bit the dynamic that we have been having. So today we are gonna talk about a smart goal setting and how to reach your goal as an entrepreneur. But before that, I wanted to give you a little bit of a background on what we're doing. So usually every Wednesday we have a live with a guest, and that's part of the IBD Hub podcast, right? And we discuss business or innovation topic related to architecture and real estate. But I have decided that we should also do daily lives to discuss business for the architecture and real estate field, because that's also very important. And that's going to be value for you guys if you are thinking of starting your company, if you already have started it. We're going to talk about a different topic every day related to the questions that I get from my clients, right? So it's really gonna be a conversation. Don't hesitate to comment and ask questions live, because I will answer any questions about each topic every day. And it's going to be a bit of a short live every day, but at least we're going to cover a topic every time. For the ones that don't know me, I'm Giulia de Mauro, the founder of the IBD Hub. And the IBD Hub helps architects and real estate developers to grow their company, and from a seed startup to an actual business. So we have two services. We help startups, so architects and real estate developers who want to start their firm. Doesn't necessarily have to be an architectural practice or a developer's company, but we are there to help you with a framework that works in order to get clients and really start your business on the right foot. And then we have another side of the business, which is we offer a digital business development program. So how to be visible online and trigger opportunities and get clients online. And we cover how to use platforms such as Clubhouse, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and so on. So if you haven't checked us out, this is our website. So I just wanted to introduce that to you, because sometimes on Wednesday I don't have time to do that. So this week we have two events going on. So Wednesday we have a live with a guest of ours that is he's a TED speaker. He has started several startups related to innovation, and we're going to talk about turning innovative ideas into an entrepreneurship project. So we are super excited about that. His name is Rushabh Sheda, and I'm looking forward to have you guys on Wednesday evening to discuss this topic. And we also have a Clubhouse room. If you DM me, I'm able to give you invites for it, also to join Clubhouse. Now, Clubhouse is also available on Android, so you don't have any more excuses, let's say. And this week's topic is how do you know if you're ready to be an entrepreneur? So DM me if you need an invite. I have plenty. And please do come online on Thursday evening. I will post about it so you guys know exactly the time. So today I would like to discuss a little bit, the first steps to entrepreneurship, but also trying to question a lot of people's mindset when it comes to entrepreneurship. In the past week, I had to take a little bit of a step back last week because, as any entrepreneur, I needed to reassess the priorities of the business, and I had also a lot of conversations on Clubhouse and so on. And I just wanted to share a couple of things about business in general. So the first thing I wanted to share was that a lot of people forget what is the key to the business. And unfortunately, you cannot have a successful business unless you are solving a problem for the client. So try to think about what is really the problem that you're trying to solve for the client, whether it's a real estate developer, whether it is for an investor, whether it is just for from architect to architect. Think about what is the problem that you're solving and explain how do you go about it in order to solve it, right? And then you add to these two components your credibility. So those are the 3 steps for a successful business, which I encourage you to really reflect on. I know it's not easy for everyone, so I would definitely say try to write it down. What is the problem that you're solving? How are you solving it? And what makes you special? And credibility is basically your experience and what brought you to starting your company to solve this problem, right? So these are the 3 components that make a business successful. I'm not inventing that myself. It's really a key to successful business, because it's really about serving other people. You cannot possibly make money if you are not serving someone. And then I wanted to talk about smart goal setting. So right now, especially with, COVID, isolations, things that are opening up again, we are kind of losing track of our goals and our priorities. I've been victim of it last week as well. So it's also nice to sit down and reflect on what are you trying to aim for, actually. And this technique is called SMART goal setting. So SMART, if you take all the letters of it, you start with S. S comes for specific. So what do you want to accomplish? Try to write down exactly what your goal is, and what you are aspiring to do. Yeah. The second step is the M for measurable. How can you measure the goal to determine if it has been accomplished? So that's also very important. For me, this is the hardest part. How do you measure success, right? So try to really write it down in order to be able to understand whether you got there or not. A stands for attainable. How can your goal be reached? And this is about really understanding and putting down the steps that you need to go through in order to reach the goal in the best ways. And for each steps that you go through, once you tick that step, you should be extremely proud of yourself, because that's one step forward to reaching it. The R stands for realistic. Is your goal reasonable? So that's also very important. Sometimes we're dreamers. I'm the first one to be guilty of it. And you need to think about, okay, is it reasonable? Maybe if you need to make an investment to reach your goal, is it worth the risk? Try to think a little bit about a pragmatic side of things, not to put a shadow on your dream, but it's more to think about the risks and if it's worth it and how hard is it, and so on. But usually if you really want to achieve something, you can, but this is just a part where you need to be a little bit more down to earth. And finally, T stands for time bound. When would you like to accomplish your goal? And sometimes a lot of people forget about that part. So whether your goal has to be achieved within 6 months, a year, 1 month, just write it down. And from that date, try to work backwards. What are the steps that you need to take in order to reach that goal on that date, right? And then one last thing is to make a list of what you believe. Believe is not truth, right? What you believe that gets in your way. And here you have, it can be the lack of clarity or focus. It can be the lack of passion and motivation, wrong associations, bad habits. Fear is a big one, and the lack of self-confidence. And the reason why you have to write it down is you at least acknowledge it, which is super important, to acknowledge what your fear is, in order to overcome it. For me, it can be a lot of things. Like sometimes, I have a lack of motivation. It can happen to everyone, or it can be a fear of getting too many clients, or a fear of not being good enough. So writing it down is really key, to understand where you are at, and automatically by acknowledging it, you are able to overcome it. So that is also key of making it becoming real. I see that Greg is always present. Hi, Greg. Thank you. Yeah, and so these are the little things that I wanted to say for your week. Try to really write down your smart goal setting. I do it every Sunday night, and also on a weekly basis, half an hour in the morning, to really assess the priorities, because sometimes you have multiple goals and you need to assess which one has priority over which. So this is, having a vision of your goals is key, if you want to progress, but also in order not to have a burnout, because burnout happens when you put too much energy towards the things that you don't love doing. So try to write down your goals. Try to, there's always going to be some tasks that are not nice to do compared to others, but at least you can make a plan where the tasks that you don't like take just a certain amount of time of your week, and then the rest can be dedicated to the things that you love. So I'm definitely gonna do this kind of live tomorrow again. I'm gonna try to keep it up every day. Sometimes I think I will also rebroadcast some of the episodes of the IBD podcast, because a lot of them have been recorded but have never been put on LinkedIn, because at the time we were not doing LinkedIn Live. So I will definitely do that. So yeah, I see you guys tomorrow, and have a lovely Monday.